Hey everyone! So today I'm going to be teaching you the 3 basic crochet stitches that are great to have in your crafting inventory if you are a beginner crocheter. And they are single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet. So let's get started. Okay, so first things first, we are going to make a slip knot. So you're going to fold your tail yarn and your working yarn together and make that loop at the end. You're going to want to turn the loop, fold it down, and then pull the working yarn through. And then that's going to make your slip knot. And you put it onto your hook and then pull it tight and you can begin chaining. And just for example, I want to show y'all how I hold my yarn in my fingers before we get started with the chain. So I typically weave it through my fingers in some kind of way. You can do whatever feels most comfortable to you. This just helps me control the tension of the yarn for my project, so I'm not making it too tight or too loose. Now we're going to begin chaining, so you're going to want to wrap the yarn around the hook and pull it through. So I'll slow down a little bit here. So wrap it around and then pull that through. Very, very, very simple technique. And this is how you will start all of your projects when it comes to single crochet, half double, or double crochet. You'll just have to follow the pattern and see what the pattern calls for, how many chains you have to make, say if you're making a blanket, but that is just how you do the chains. It's very simple. And now that we have our chain done, we are going to go right into a single crochet. So the one thing to remember when you're doing single crochets is you only skip the first chain. So you're not going to go straight into that first chain right next to the hook. You're going to skip one and go straight into the next chain. And if you look at the chain, the way you're holding it, it makes a V, and you're going to want to go into the top part of the V. So you're going to want to insert your hook into that top bar of the V. Wrap it around and then pull it through. Now you're going to have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to wrap it around again and then pull it through those 2 loops. And then take a look. You've done a single crochet. Good job. So you're going to want to do that in every chain going down. So I will meet you back once we're at the end. We just finished our last single crochet in the last chain, and we are going to start the next row. So you're going to want to turn your work, and then you are going to see that the V stitches are on top of the stitches from the last row. So we are going to chain 1 to begin the next single crochet row, and then you're actually going to go into that first V from the stitches below. The V from the stitches below, you're going to want to go through both of those bars. We'll kind of slow it down here so you can see. So I went through both of the bars. You're going to yarn over, pull it through both of the bars of that V. And then you have your 2 loops again, and you're going to yarn over and pull through those 2 loops, and then you have your single crochet again. You're just going to continue doing that same thing all the way down till the last stitch. Okay, and then here you can see we are at the last stitch, so you can see that V from the previous row. You're just going to do the same thing, insert under both of those bars, and then bring your yarn through, yarn over, and then pull through those 2 loops, and you finished your second row of single crochet. And then I'm just going to speed this part up. So I did 4 rows of the single crochet just so I could show y'all a swatch of what, doing a few rows of single crochet looks like versus the other 2 stitches I'm going to show you how to do. So enjoy the time lapse, and I will meet you back to show you the finished 4 rows of single crochets. And then this is what 4 rows of single crochet looks like once you're done. Okay, so let's show you how to do the half double crochet. So chaining is exactly the same. The only difference is you're going to want to chain 2 past what your original chain was. So say for example your total was 20. You're going to want to chain 22 because those 2 chains are going to help you start the half double crochet row. Skip 2 chains, yarn over, insert your hook into the 3rd chain from the hook, and then you are going to yarn over again and then pull through all 3 of the stitches on the hook. We have our first row of half double crochets done, and this is what it should be looking like. Now I'm going to show you how to start the next row. You're going to want to turn your work, and then you're seeing the back side now. So you're going to chain 1, and then we're going to yarn over, insert your hook into that first V, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on the hook. You're going to do the same thing all the way down the row, and then I will show you what 2 rows of half double crochet should be looking like. Now I'm just going to time lapse through the next 2 rows of the half double crochet. It's the exact same as the row that we just did, and then I will meet you once the 4 rows are done and show you what that's looking like with 4 half double crochet rows. This is what 4 half double crochet rows should be looking like for you. Now we're going to do the double crochet. So when it comes to the chains for your double crochet projects, it's going to be the same thing as the half double crochet chains. You're going to want to chain 2 past what your called for amount of chains is for your project. So again, for example, if you have a project that calls for 20 chains, you're going to chain 22 because that helps you start the row for your double crochets so it's not too tight on the end. You are going to yarn over, insert your hook, and then you are going to yarn over again, pull through, and then you are going to have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over again, pull through those first 2 loops, yarn over again, and pull through the last 2 loops. So it's just an extra step versus what we did with the half double crochet. And you're going to do that all the way down the chain. And this is what the first row of double crochet should be looking like for you. To start the next row, you are going to chain 2 and then turn your work. Then you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull through, yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over again, pull through 2. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Same thing all the way down to the end of the row. And in the last double crochet, you want to make sure you are placing your stitch in the top of the first double crochet from the last row. You don't want to put it in between the stitch and the chain. You'll notice that if you put it at the top of the double crochet from the last row, you'll have like a tiny little bit of a bump, and that is just the chain from your starting row. So it'll bump out a little bit, but I'm going to show you a technique now that will help you so you have straight rows instead of that little bump from the chain 2 of the row below. The technique I'm going to show you is called a standing double crochet. I will link a video below that I made that is a super slowed down instructional video on how to do a standing double crochet. It's very simple. You just have to take your time when you're first learning how to do it. So you have the loop on your hook. You're going to slowly pull up on the loop, and then you're going to go under the loop, and that will count as your yarn over. And then you're going to insert your hook, okay, and then yarn over, pull through, and then you have the 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is how you do a standing double crochet. You can see it looks slightly different, but once you do a few rows and you're starting each row with a standing double crochet, it is very straight versus having that little bump from the 2 chains. And like I said, if you need a slowed down version, I do have an instructional video that I will link in the bio below. But once you get the hang of it, I don't think that you will ever go back to doing 2 chains to start your double crochet rows. I honestly love this technique, and I think that you will love it too once you get the hang of it. Okay, so now we're going to insert our hook into the top of the standing double crochet from the previous row. You can still see the V-stitch. It might just be a little tight getting your hook through there, but you can do it. It's the same thing. Just place a double crochet in that V from the standing double crochet in the row below. And then this is what the 4 rows of double crochet should be looking like. And you can tell that the rows that I did the standing double crochet in are a lot straighter than the row that I did the chain 2 at the beginning. If you're more comfortable doing the chain 2, you can always stick with that. But it's always good and fun to learn new techniques. So if you enjoyed this beginner's instructional video, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell button and you'll get all the notifications from the videos that I post. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll have a great day.